Greetings Diecast Racing fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Vulcan Raceway. And yes, that is a brand new Aston Martin Vulcan behind me. Yes, it is blue and yes, it is mine. So yes, we now have 3 Aston Martin Vulcans here at Vulcan Raceway. Anyway, welcome back to the final episode of the American Muscle Head-to-Head League. And going into this week's racing, there is a possibility for any one of 3 cars to take the title. Cuboid is yet to be defeated. Defeated. He's 8-0. Hot on his heels is Matthew Harding, 7-1. And then coming up, close behind, is Moose in the Pontiac Firebird, and he is 6-2. So, if Matthew Harding loses once, if Cuboid loses once tonight, Matthew Harding could win. If Cuboid loses twice tonight, then Moose could also win. Let's see what's going to happen and see what the draw brings us. And here we go for the draw for episode 6. The final set of matchups for this competition. Unless there is a tie, in which case we will deal with that at the end. i.e. the same 2 cars have the same number of wins and the same number of losses, which they will do because they've had the same number of races. Then they will race off for the overall winner's position, which means we may get an extra race this time. Red lane, blue lane, bags empty. Red lane, blue lane, red lane, blue lane, red lane, blue lane, red lane, blue lane, and there's our last 2, which is red lane and blue lane. So we've got I versus E, D versus H, F versus C, G versus B, J versus A. Second 5, we've got A again. Interesting how that's back to back, and then versus D. H versus G. J versus I. B versus C. E versus F. So all 5 episodes we've had the same car in the first race as in the final race. So the first race we have I, which is Keldon Raven in the Dodge Charger RT, versus E, which is Bear in the Chevy Copa Camaro, and it finishes off, potentially, there could be one more after this, with Bear in the Chevy Copa Camaro versus F, Matthew Harding in the Chevy Chevelle SS. That completes the draw for episode 6. As per usual, I'll give you a track overview. Taxis are busy. What's this? Oh, Aqua King making a water delivery. A few new bits and pieces all over the place. The support teams are ready. Film crews are ready. Looking down here, Sergeant Chill, Keldon Raven, chilling out, ready to be first up tonight. But this looks to be the championship match. The first pairing up for Cuboid tonight is against Matthew Harding, and the winner of that is pretty much the overall decider, because if Cuboid loses that, then Matthew Harding can win. If Cuboid loses that, then there is a chance that Moose in the Pontiac Firebird could win if he loses in the second matchup. But this will be the decider. After this, we'll know who is position 1. Then after that, we'll see who's going to get position 2, whether Moose will beat out Matthew Harding into second. So let's get down to the racing action. So first up tonight on the red lane, we've got Keldon Raven in the Dodge Charger RT, and on the right hand lane we have got Bear in the Chevy Copper Camaro. There we go, a win for Keldon Raven in the Dodge Charger in a 1.9. Next up, we've got Mark Taylor in the black Ford Maverick against Ego in the Chevy Greenwood Corvette. Now this one should be quite a tight and interesting race. We've got position 4 in the Maverick against position 5 with the Chevy Copper Camaro, not the Chevy Copper Camaro, the Chevy Greenwood Corvette. So could change hands here. And looks like it's not going to, because Mark Taylor's got that with a 2.1. So it was red lane 2.1 Mark Taylor. So this is the race that's going to decide the championship. If Matthew Harding can beat Cuboid here, he opens up the chance, the opportunity for a race-off between the two of them for Grand Champion, because I can't see Cuboid losing twice, can you? So let's see if Matthew Harding on the red lane in the copper coloured Chevy Chevelle SS can defeat the undefeated Cuboid in the Ford Fairlane GT on the blue lane. And the answer is yes. Oh my, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, Matthew Harding. Well done, mate. 2.0 seconds at the finish line, and he has handed down the first defeat in this competition to Cuboid. Now we've got Daisy Brennan in the pink 57 Chevy on the red lane versus on the blue lane we have got the Comish in the Ford Thunderbolt. Let's see how this one goes down. Wow! Wow! We are getting some upsets tonight. With a 2.0, that was a blue lane win, which means that, wow, that means Car B, the Comish, beats Daisy Brennan. Wow. I'm saying wow a lot tonight, sorry. Okay, so last one in the first half. On the red lane, we've got Moose in the Pontiac Firebird. On the blue lane, we've got the V-Man in the Ford Mustang Mach-1. And a clear win there for Moose in the Pontiac Firebird with a time of 1.8 seconds. With 5 to go, lining up now in the red lane is the V-Man in the Ford Mustang Mach-1. And on the blue lane, we've got Mark Taylor in the Ford Maverick. Wow! What a shock. The V-Man pulls it out with a 2.0 and beats Mark Taylor. Wow. We're certainly getting some hot racing tonight. They're putting everything down on the line, giving it their all. Next up, on the red lane, we've got Ego in the Chevy Greenwood Corvette. On the red lane, and on the blue lane, we've got Daisy Brennan in the pink 57 Chevy. And a win there in 1.9 seconds for Ego in the Chevy Greenwood Corvette. Now heading into the final 3 races, and each of them is vital. Moose needs to win this race to keep him in with a chance to win overall, or at least a chance of winning. He needs to win this, and Cuboid needs to lose his next race for Moose to be in with a chance of winning. So Moose on the red hand lane in the Pontiac Firebird, Keldon, Sergeant Chill in the blue car on the blue lane, the Dodge Charger RT. Right, well, that's Moose done his bit. He's got a win there with the 1.8. Now it's down to seeing what happens in the last 2 races. So both Matthew Harding and Moose are going to be watching this race really carefully. On the red lane, we have got the Comish in the red Ford Thunderbolt. And on the blue lane, we have got Cuboid in the Ford Fairlane GT. If Cuboid wins this, then Moose doesn't stand a chance of winning. If Cuboid loses this, then Moose is in with a chance, and if Matthew Harding wins the next one, then Matthew Harding wins overall. So, yeah, it's all to go on these last 2 races. Sorry, Moose, you're out of luck. So, with a time of 1.8, Cuboid wins yet again. Now, moving into the final race, if Matthew Harding wins this, he's going to tie it up and force it to a decider. Let's see what happens. So here we go for the second championship deciding race. If Matthew Harding loses here, he doesn't tie it up with Cuboid, and as such, Cuboid wins. If Matthew Harding wins, then it goes into a draw for lanes, and they go off to a race off to see who wins. So, a bit sorry here for the Bear in the Copo Camaro. I'd love to see you beat Matthew Harding. I don't think you're going to. We'll see what happens. And no, Bear couldn't do it, but with a time of 2.0, Matthew Harding wins. Tying things up with Cuboid, we now need to go and do a draw to see what the lane is for the final race off between Cuboid and Matthew Harding. So here's the decider. The bag has got 2 discs in. That's the red lane. That's the blue lane. Red lane is Cuboid. Blue lane is Matthew Harding. Right, let's get this done. So after the draw you've just seen, Cuboid drew the red lane, Matthew Harding is on the blue lane. So Cuboid in the blue Ford Fairlane GT, Matthew Harding in the brown Chevy Chevelle SS. And a clear win there by Cuboid to take the championship. With a time of 1.9 seconds, Cuboid claims his second crown in a tournament and competition here at Vulcan Raceway. So there we go. The champion of the American Muscle Head-to-Head League, Cuboid, in the Ford Fairlane GT, 9-1, 10-1 overall. In second place, Matthew Hardy in the Chevy Chevelle SS, 9-1, 9-2 overall. Third place, Moose in the Pontiac Firebird, 8-2. Fourth place, Mark Taylor in the Ford Maverick, 6-4. Then in fifth place, Ego in the Chevy Greenwood Corvette, 5-5. Sixth, Keldon Ravens, Sergeant Chill himself, in the Dodge Charger RT. Joint seventh, which is why they've been set back a little bit, is the Comish in the red Ford Thunderbolt, and Daisy Brennan in the pink 57 Chevy, 3-7. In ninth position, the V-Man in the Ford Mustang Mach-1, which leaves Bear in the Chevy Copper Camaro, 1-9 as the wooden spoon. That concludes things tonight. I hope you'd like this new format of the Head-to-Head Racing League. There's probably going to be another one of these next. So check out the UK 164th Diecast Racing group, because that's where the sign up will be. That will probably be going up tomorrow. So be a good thing to join the group tonight to make sure you're ready to do that and grab a car or a lorry or a truck or whatever it is. We will see. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, stick the notification bell on, and I look forward to catching you all next time.